Good evening, everyone. So today I'm going to explain how natural approach is applied in a class. But before we jump into that, I'm going to explain a little bit overview about what is natural approach. So natural approach is the method to gain the comprehensible input towards the target language. So the goal of natural approach is to acquire learning language outcome like we used to get in our mother language. Remember when we learn our first language, which is our mother language, we listen, we imitate, and then we try to learn the language our way. And that's the key in understanding how the natural approach is applied in learning language. The target language here is English. And to understand the natural approach way deeper, we need to focus also in how we apply the natural approach using visual aids, using some tools that are available in our surroundings. We can use some tools like our pens, we can use tools in our class, or probably you can use visual aids like a paper that's showing a picture of something or some specific subject. So right now on, I'm going to explain how it's done and how it works. So right now, let's pretend that we are in the class. I have a lesson plan already. So based on the lesson plan, we are going to have an English class that specifically learn about the narrative text. The narrative text subject is about a horror story. So right now on, as a teacher, I'm going to explain the narrative text. To be specific, is about the horror story, and I'm going to apply natural approach to the students. So let's begin. So one day there was a boy that being chased by the tiger. The boy then ran quickly and tried to sneak into a big bushes in the forest. He ran so fast and tried to find a bushes to avoid being chased by the tiger in the forest. It was a dark night, so it is hard for the boy to find proper bushes to hide. But I'm going to show you the picture of the tiger. But the tiger, do you know the ability and what great about the tiger, the students? Yes, that's right. The tiger has very sensitive eyes. Tiger has strong sense of smell. I just used the visual aids to represent how it works, the natural approach. I'm going to show you another picture again. So it's a picture when the picture of the boy running into the bushes and try to escape the tiger. So then the tiger can smell the scent of the boy. He can smell it far, far away, miles away. He can smell the scent of the boy. He can smell it. It's very close. The tiger finally smell that and then track down the smell of the scent of the boy into the bushes. And you know what happened, everyone? Exactly. The boy jumped out from the bushes and tried to run away as quick as possible. But the tiger find out that the boy was in the bushes. The tiger jumped and then knocked the boy down, and then the tiger eager to eat the boy. So this is an example. So I just show you how it works. So I just give you an example how it's done using visual aids. So I don't print some papers yet, but I just show you the picture that represent how it's done. So it could be the paper that's showing the tiger chasing the boy, or the boy who are hiding in the bushes. And then by giving the visual aids, as a teacher, I'm expecting the student to guess how the story goes by involving them into my story, and then by guessing how it works. But this is just the beginning to understand how the natural approach works. At the beginning of natural approach in class, we need to understand that as a teacher, didn't force the student to master the language or the English language in short time. Since they are a beginner, we need to understand that we don't expect the students to speak at the first place, because there are some cases that the students won't speak at all. They don't speak, or they don't produce any words or any sentence during the class. It's actually fine, because in the natural approach, we have to understand the first things that we need to understand, right? The first, try to understand that they might be understand the story, how the story goes, but the way they react to you, the way they respond, is only just give you body language or body sign that they understand or they don't understand. It's actually fine. Next, I will divide them into some groups, to several groups, right? It could be pairs, could be consist of more than 3 groups, more than 3 members. And afterwards, I will let them talk to each other, discussing each other about the subject that we are teaching. And then by having this group discussion, they will gain a small percentage of new language that they learn from the discussion. But I'm not leaving them alone. I will involve myself into the group discussion and group conversation, and try to analyze and to understand, and also to understand what they are talking about in the group discussion. So then later they're able to speak to the audiences. They're able to speak through using visual aids as well, paper cuts, like probably they can draw something and then cut it and then present it to the big layer of paper, and then they try to explain the subject that we are learning together. So Mr. Mukhlisin, the method that just explained to you, so the natural approach here have many benefits for the students that learning new language, especially English. But there are some shortcomings after this natural approach, since this approach focus on understanding the language as we used to learn our first language. So this natural approach could be a good assistant, or could be very helpful for the young learners from the beginner level to intermediate level. But from intermediate to advanced level, I don't think that this method or this approach could be fit for the lesson lesson plan or the meeting session to learn new language. So that's all for this presentation. I hope that my presentations is quite understandable for you, Mr. Mukhlisin. And last I say, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good evening.